Hi and welcome to The Real Women of Boxing, episode 21, where women with working knowledge and experience of the fight game bring you the latest interviews, news and reviews. My name is Jacqui-Lee Pryce, and today we're keeping it strictly interviews. We're back to the pros, a familiar face. She's a 2018 Commonwealth Gold medalist, Lisa Whiteside. How you doing, Lisa? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, nice to speak to you again.
It is. So you're in the hot seat today. How's life treating you? How's things going? So for those that don't know, you will be fighting next Saturday on the 30th of July. It is the comeback fight of Lisa Whiteside. I know that I have to ask this. How has camp gone and how are you feeling?
Yeah, it's been absolutely awesome. I've really enjoyed it. Obviously into the last week now. Got my last spar today. And then it's just going to be obviously little sharp sessions, already on my weight, feeling fittest I've ever been. Camp's been awesome. I've been able to get a variety of different spars in, different weights, different, experiences. So, it's that worry, isn't it, of being out for nearly 3 years of, the ring rust and have I still got it? But the amount of rounds I've done sparring, it's kind of given me that self-confidence that I've still got it, I'm there and I'm raring to go.
I think what's nice about you, Lisa, is that you're admitting you're not sure whether, all of these things, all of these fears. And I think sometimes it's important to share those, even though it's quite frightening, because I think everybody goes through them. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to deny the fact that I'm going to be thinking, gosh, what if I get in that ring and it doesn't happen, or if I don't perform, and then you get the critiques, don't you? Or, you say you this and look what you did. And, I've been out 3 years and it's all right. The amount of sparring and rounds you do, but it's completely different to when you're in that ring and you're fighting, because obviously it's the adrenaline, it's the event, everything obviously comes to, and everything you've learned and trained and put together, you're hoping that it all comes together in the ring, and fingers crossed it does.
Yeah, it's true. We'll talk a little bit more at length about that in a minute, but what I wanted to pick up on is that the Commonwealth Games are starting this Thursday. You obviously were at the last Commonwealth Games in 2018. You won a gold medal. Talk to me first about that baton. You just took part in what was it called? A gold baton relay. Can you talk to me about that?
Yeah, it was the Queen's Baton relay, carrying the Queen's baton for the Commonwealth Games. Obviously it's making its way around all the Commonwealth. So I was asked if I would like to take part in it. And obviously I jumped at it and said I'd be honoured. So yeah, it was really nice. I got the part in the city of Preston, right in the city centre, the last slot, which then obviously collected the baton and off one of the other baton relay bearers, and then came to the finish bit where it was a really nice celebration, and it was just lovely, and it was nice to celebrate the fact that we've got it in the UK, but also to reminisce and celebrate 4 years ago what it meant to me. Obviously I had my gold medal on whilst we went, and it was nice to have pictures with people, and certain people are like, oh, why, what did you win? And still people don't know, do this. So it was just lovely to celebrate it and reminisce and enjoy the moment again.
So, it's 4 years. It's in the UK. I mean, yours was in Australia and the Gold Coast, wasn't it? So yeah. You obviously probably didn't have as many supporters there because it was in Australia. What would it mean to, Team England and Team Wales and Team Scotland to be on home soil in effect?
I think it's going to be immense. I remember when I boxed in the semi-finals, I boxed the Australian in the home, obviously, in the Gold Coast, and you could hear the crowd cheering for her. Obviously, that was pressure on me, but I'm guessing it's also pressure on the home girl as well. So it's like one of those, isn't it? I think if you embrace it and take it in the right way, then it's going to work and just push you on. As long as you don't take it in the wrong way and take it as too much pressure, that could also happen as well, couldn't it? But I think it's going to be brilliant. You're going to get everyone cheering you on and giving you the backing that they all deserve.
I like what you're saying there. It could definitely be like a bit of a, gulp moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I've really got to step up. I've really got to impress these people. But realistically, you should have kind of, I guess, done all that mental training beforehand for all the pieces to fit together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've got a fantastic team at GB. They've got a psychologist, so I'm sure that's something that they'll have worked on with every single one of them to prepare them. Because obviously, I think there's quite some young members on the team, and fair play, it's going to be so exciting. And all that, my advice to them is just embrace it and enjoy it. I remember being the semi-final, because it was against the Australian in the hometown. I was so nervous, and I got out and I felt shattered, and it was just because I was so, I was trying probably too hard, because I'm thinking, oh, it's a home girl, they could take this decision away from me. And then when I got that win, I remember Gary Hale said to me, got to enjoy this now, Lisa. Yeah. And the difference of the way you see me when I come out on that final, I'm smiling, I'm happy and embracing it. I'm in the Commonwealth Games finals, so it's like there's no lose situation, is there? But obviously I went to win the gold, which was the pinnacle of my amateur career. So yeah, I just say to all the team, just go out, enjoy it. Once in a lifetime experience, and it'll be amazing.
I mean, I can imagine, especially for you, it was, quite a big occasion, because it has been well documented. There was this kind of, not in a bad sense of rivalry, but there was a rivalry for the spot at your weight, wasn't there, between you and Nicola Adams, and you kind of had to wait your turn. And so did that make that gold medal win all the sweeter? Yeah,
obviously I just had to make sure I concentrated on my journey. And then obviously Nicola went on and won, obviously, gold at Rio, and then retired. And then I obviously took the number one spot at 51. I then had a shoulder injury, but then still come back and medalled at the Europeans. Then obviously we had the Commonwealth Games. So yeah, then it was like, do you know what? I've got this number one spot now. I've got to make sure I go out there and show what I'm all about. So yeah, it was, I wouldn't say it was pressure. I think it gave me more eagerness to achieve and more drive, really. So yeah, it was good.
And in terms of, obviously, I'm guessing the pinnacle of it was having that medal put around your shoulders. But just talk to me about another, memorable moment about being at the games.
I would just say being with the team and just everything about it. It just felt like a family. Everyone just supported each other. And yeah, it's obviously that medal going round your neck. But I think the most important bit is when that referee raises your hand. So obviously you're waiting there, you're thinking, I know I've done enough here. I can't miss her with that left hook. I've got this. And like Lee and Gary, who were in my corner, obviously they've got to be cautious, because sometimes the decisions don't go the right way, do they? So they were very positive but cautious in a way. But they were saying, yeah, you have. And then to get obviously that decision, then I think I was jumping up in the air, and I think it's the tallest I've ever been. I've never jumped so high in my life. So, but yeah, it was fantastic. It was really good.
There was one little girl that's going to be, I shouldn't call her a little girl. There is one, boxer that I'm kind of really, not that I'm not rooting for anybody else, but I'm really rooting for her, Demi Jade Reston. Because bless her, her weight isn't an Olympic weight, so this is quite a massive thing for her. Demi, what are your thoughts on basically Demi and just how you think she'll do in the games?
I'm absolutely made up for her. She deserves this spot. She's won world and European medals, hasn't she? And like you say, it's not an Olympic weight, and it's kind of what I had to go through back in 2012 when I went to the Olympic qualifier, but at a non-Olympic weight. And then when we were flying home, I'd medalled, and if it was an Olympic meet, I'd have qualified. Instead, I was off to a night shift as a firearms officer. The other girls, they were off to train for London 2012. So wow. I kind of know where she's feeling and where she's at. But do you know what? The Commonwealth Games, I remember the coaches saying, it's just as good. So I hope, like you say, Demi embraces it, and she deserves this moment. And I think she's going to smash it. I really do. She's a little terrier. She will give it her all, and anyone put in front of her, then they're going to get pushed and pushed and pushed. So I hope they're fit and I hope they're prepared, because she's one quality boxer.
She is, and do you know what makes me laugh about her is like when she looks really sweet and everything, and then like you say, when she's in the ring, you're like, who is this little terrier? She really is. She's a pressure fighter. She's quite aggressive and all, isn't she?
Yeah, she's brilliant, and she's got a good variety of shots, and everything she does, it's it's well calculated, well thought of. You know, she's an intelligent boxer as well as an aggressive, come forward boxer. So I think whoever's put in front of her, she will adapt and deal with them. Or should I say, they're going to have to try and adapt and deal with her. Because she will stick to his, she will box. And I can only see her standing on that podium and getting that gold medal. And I really hope it does happen for her because she deserves it 110%.
Yeah, I have to agree. So coming back to you now, you are out obviously on the 30th, next Saturday. Kind of a bit weird, I think, or maybe a bit of a coincidence that, you know, 4 years ago, the same week you were going for the Commonwealth Games and you won gold, you are making your return to professional boxing. Can you take something from that? Can you take some energy from that going into your fight on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think it's kind of just to make me realise that things happen for a reason. Obviously, to have Jensen here is the biggest reason. And then obviously I had that horrible shoulder injury and had the operation. But do you know what? It gave me that time to work on a lot of things. But also it gave it time. The women's games gone boom. And this last year, it's just massive, hasn't it? So I'm now hoping, you know, Probellum and S-Jam Boxing, they're going to work and put me in positions that I know are going to get me to the very top. So, you know, I'm starting straight out, back out on an 8-rounder. I wanted 10, but I'll have to survive for 8. Against the girl, do you know what?
Just calm down.
I know, yeah, I am. I can't help it. You know what I'm like.
Yeah, go on.
I've gone for a world title straight away. The opponent they've got me, Jasmina Nad, she's called. She's the opponent. She's never been stopped. And she's been in with, I think Mick was saying, I've not even looked. I don't do that side of thing. That's my coach's job. But I believe she's been in with like 2 or 3 world champions. A couple are still current. I think she's got a few stoppages over unbeaten girls. So she's obviously game. And I when I did an interview with Bunty the other day, she went, oh yeah, she's a tough girl. So, you know, I'm not
nice
going
one.
in there
Nice one, Steve.
Yeah, cheers, Steve. Not actually, yeah. So, but, you know, I got offered other females, but I didn't think it was going to be beneficial to me for me to progress quickly. So really looking forward to this. Obviously, I'll be completely and utterly switched on. I've not seen any footage of her. I don't know anything about her. That's my coach's job. I'll listen to Mick, stick to instruction, and hopefully put in a good performance.
I hear, obviously, that your sparring has gone well. And firstly, you've been sparring Molly. What's Molly's surname? McCann. In some respects, does that kind of help you? Because I'm guessing she's not technically as tight. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but do you know what I mean? And maybe she's coming in and she's roughing you up a little bit. I can imagine her just getting hold of you.
I was waiting for Moll to start doing the spinning left hook on me. So yeah, I was wary, but no, it was absolute cracking spar. We sparred before I had my shoulder injury, and then we've sparred about a few weeks ago. Did a good 10 rounds together, and it was really good. Yeah, we had a right good spar. She's a strong girl physically, not just about a punching wise. You can see it in her, you can feel it in her. She did a couple of shoulder things on me, and the coach was like, "Molly, you can't do that." He's like, "Oh, right, I didn't realise," but yeah, she's absolutely.
No, she did.
Yeah, do you know what? She's such a lovely person, and I was rooting for her last night, and I was so made up. It was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, we had a quality spar. You know what? You've got to stay switched on because obviously her style is she's coming in with a shot to then probably kick you or knee you.
Yeah.
It's a different type of shot. So she caught me with some beautiful backhands over the top. I think that's why I ended up with a lovely black eye. But then, you know, it was like different things where I was catching her to the body and she was like, oh, I'm not used to that. So it really worked for us both to do, you know, I was the unexpected for her. She was the unexpected for me. So it was keeping switched on because she's heavy-handed, I'm heavy-handed. So it was a quality spar. Loved it. And hopefully we'll get some more in the future, definitely.
I can imagine also that there's no sort of switching off. You can't switch off, it's like, because you're going to get some licks in your head otherwise.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. No,
Yeah, sorry, go
You've
on.
got to stay. Yeah, you've got to exactly that. Stay switched on. Make sure you're blocking them bomb right hands coming over the top, and like say she's a lovely person, but she gets in that ring and she means business. It kind of showed last night watching, and the way that she won, obviously with a spinning hook, spinning elbow again. But then look at the hand speed, look at the power in the shots. You know, she has got that. You know, she's got the experience of being a boxer, and then she turned to MMA. So that's probably her, biggest attribute. And she's strong. So that girl couldn't take it last night and absolutely made up for her.
She's technically better than most MMA fighters, I have to say, at boxing. And I guess what I was trying to say is, when you kind of trying to do mixed martial arts and your stance and everything is different, and like you say, you're trying to follow up something with a roundhouse or a knee or whatever. Actually, I did see I don't know where I saw it. I saw a clip of her actually. I don't know if she was doing pads or shadow boxing, and she actually technically she's not too bad at all.
Yeah, she's a decent boxer, and she's even said to me, she went, "You know what? I think after a few years of doing this, she's probably going to look at turning over pro." And I think every credit, and I think she'll do a cracking job at it.
I thought UFC fighters got more money than boxers.
Oh yeah, I think I'm going to say I think there's some quality money, isn't it? Especially in the UFC. So
that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's like, would she really need to? It's one of those. But she's got them options. So
I was going to say maybe
it's because back in the day she started out boxing. Maybe it's just something of her personal choice that she just wants to accomplish and finish on a high. Because I think mentally, I think Molly's very strong-willed and determined, isn't she? So she thinks, right, well, that's what I'm going to do. She'll go and bloody do it.
And also, maybe, like you say, it's I'll clean up over here first, and then I'll come over here and I'll clean up as well, and then I'll do, Yeah, true. But it's nice. It's nice that you have both got something out of each other in those spars. I can imagine if she kind of, gets hold of you. You've really got to try and get your way out of. Yeah, it's good that you've both kind of got that from each other. And because I keep hearing these things of, people invite people for sparring and then they're not invited back for sparring. Surely, Lisa, that if you get a good quality spar from somebody, would you not want them back, even if it's a tough spar?
Of course you would, because you want them tough spars, don't you, to push you. And, if something's not working right, go and try and correct it next time. And at the end of the day, you need to keep your head. It's a spar. So sometimes you can have a bad day in sparring. I've had a couple of bad days in sparring. I've come away, and not saying that I've not, like, you don't win or lose spars, but I was still quite comfortable. But I knew that there was stuff that I wasn't doing, and it just didn't click that day. And instead of letting it eat you up, you think, well, all right, I'll do it again, and I'll do it next time and next time. So that's the key thing, isn't it? You've got to just keep going and keep going. And I don't understand why would you want easy spars and then you get in that ring and then you're going to be shocked, aren't you? You want hard spars. My spar today, Rihanna from Liverpool, she's only 14. People will be like, what are you doing sparring a 14-year-old? This is no normal 14-year-old. She's phenomenal. And I'll say it now, she's going to be an absolute super talent. For me now, because it's the end of my spar, she's perfect for me because she's fast, she's sharp, she's super fit. She's a lovely person. Her dad brings her down. They're forever grateful, saying, Lisa, she's not going to get better experience in sparring you. But then they say exactly the same. Why people are like, well, why would you get in with a pro? Well, why wouldn't you? Because then when she gets in there, she's got all that experience and she's got that confidence. Yeah. She knows if she can take a shot or not and how to deal with things and, get caught with a body shot. How do you disguise it? Everything like that. And she's from sparring her. I've sparred her quite a few times now. She's coming on from leaps and bounds. And she's another one to be reckoned with.
I don't mind amateurs sparring professionals as long as they, as long as they don't, spar. I wouldn't even say too many, but if their preference to spar professionals over amateurs, I don't think that's beneficial to them because of the pace being slower, etc. So I know amateurs that they've been in pro gyms, and all of the sparring they're doing is in pro gyms, and then by the time they go back to the championships, well, they've lost it because
too slow.
they're too slow. So I have no problem with amateurs fighting professionals. And in actual fact, talking about age, again, I remember Caroline Dubois, she was sent as a junior down to the senior sessions because she was whooping children's. They literally were like, nope. And then she was whooping adults' asses as well. So I mean, it's all good. Each of you benefit, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. God, Jackie, I can't wait. I'm just like, please let it happen. Don't let anything happen, please.
I'm not even going to say.
I'm
not going to say any. But you know what? One of the nicest things I think to have come out of this, for people, and I say this a lot, but I'm going to say it again anyway. When they watch somebody like you, or they watch somebody that's been through, a few troubles, ups and downs in their career, it's been 3 years, and yet you've stayed determined. You've had an idea in your mind that I want to become a world champion, and nothing's going to stop me. That grit and that determination. We can all take, something from that, Lisa. Do you know what I mean? When we're feeling a bit like, oh, life's not going our way, or my plans aren't working out, we can look up to people like yourself, like Chantal, who hasn't always had it easy as well, or people like that, and go, you know what? They're an inspiration.
Yeah, definitely. And I think what you need to realise is every person has a story behind them, don't they? And we don't know what's going on in every person's individual life and the ups and the downs. I'm not saying it's been plain sailing these last 3 years. And obviously, it was my accomplishment to I've got my little world champion. I've got Jensen. So I've got my little world title there. I keep battling on. But also sometimes you think, just give me a bit of a break. So I'm not going to lie. I have had moments where I'm like, I'm not going to bother anymore, or what's the point? Something else will happen. Bit of a pessimist. Like Mick will say to you, say the saying, don't they? Half glass full, half glass empty. He'll say to me sometimes, "Where's your glass?" So I'm just like, very true. But it is a hard game mentally and physically. Physically, I know I'm in the best shape of my life now. I went and did the park run yesterday, and I literally got the same speed of my PB that I got 5 years ago.
Wow.
And I wasn't even pushing. And when I set off, I was like, God, I'm feeling good. So, but I didn't push. And then when I got the time, I was like, wow, I'm fit, I'm ready.
Nice.
So that was a good another tick in the box, ready and raring to go. So yeah.
You look well as well. You really look well.
Yeah, to anyone. Oh, thank you. Anyone out there, you have these tough times, and don't just think, oh, I'm just going to crack on. You've got to deal with them, haven't you? And you've got to accept them, and your mental health has got to come first, and then obviously then push on. And as long as you're okay and you've got that support, then go for it. Mick, my coach, I couldn't do it without him. He's my best friend, and then obviously I've got all other people around me, my S&C, everything like that. I couldn't be in a better place. So can't wait to get in that ring. Nerves are going to kick in, of course they are, and I'm glad they do, because it'll make me embrace it, make me focus, and hope, fingers crossed, and I hope I do for everyone. Put on a great performance and show what I'm about.
September the 10th, they have a card on Boxer, an all-female card, headlined by Savannah Marshall and Carissa Shields, and Michaela Mayer and Alicia Baumgardner. I had to think of a name then. So, your thoughts on the whole all-female card? Apparently, the first female professional card in the UK. Your thoughts on that?
I'm absolutely buzzing for it. Can't wait for it. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be ringside, obviously cheering Sav on, and it's awesome. And it's absolutely got loads of positives. I just think sometimes, obviously, because we're pushing for equality, to then have an all-female card kind of flips it on its head. So it's not equality, because where's the male boxers then? So it would have been much better if it had just been Sav and Clarissa headlining that card, and then maybe, Michaela Mayer headlining another card. They're two headlines there, and they didn't have to be all female. But I'm not going to say it's not going to be a great showcase. I think it will be. You've got top girls on there. I believe the undercard will be fantastic. If they've got the boxer girls, that's going to be on there. Obviously, you've got Laura and Paris. I don't know if they're on it or not. You've got Ebony Jones, because they're on. But if they're going to put that standard on, it's going to show the level of what female boxing's about. So I don't think it's going to be a bad thing to showcase how good female boxing is. I just think, on another hand, we didn't really need to go all female, but I think it'll be a fantastic show.
I agree with you on both ends. I think that it has to be a cracking. It has to be a cracking undercard, I believe, because otherwise there's going to be criticism, and I don't think you can even pad it out with a high ticket seller. That's just my opinion. I think you have to bang on. Or they've got enough, like you just said, they've got enough quality fighters. They've got Natasha Jonas. Obviously, they've got. Say that again, sorry. Caroline Dubois, Caris, Lauren, Ebony. Yeah. I mean, all of those. Yeah, who else is? There's a couple of others, and sorry if we haven't mentioned you, but there's plenty of quality. You've got to have the best of the best, I believe. Now, in terms of just the fight between Marshall and Shields, that's been 10 years in the making, and I feel a little bit like it's taken a bit of shine off. That's all I think.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, if anybody talks about that card, it's about the Savannah fight, isn't it? Savannah and Clarissa fight.
At the minute, yeah. At the minute, but
it probably takes a bit of shine off Michaela Mayer and her fight. Yeah.
Yeah, probably, but at the same time, Michaela Mayer and Bumgarner are starting to whip up some some bits and pieces in the background. So don't get me wrong. You're absolutely right. I think it's going to be a cracking card, and I'm looking forward individually to each fight. I just feel a little bit sorry for them in some respects, because I'm like, oh man, they should be all eyes on them, and then the next one it's all eyes on you. But you know what? Like you say, it can also have its benefit. Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall, who you got?
Well, obviously I'm going to be biased, but I believe that Savannah will be way too strong for her, and I think she'll get a knockout. I think style, her strength. I think the mental strength aside of it, I think it's got under Clarissa's skin. And I think Sav's very calm, collected. She's a different person to when she beat her 10 years ago. And she outschooled her then just with a jab back then. I was there, I watched it. Don't get me wrong though, I think Clarissa's going to be a handful. Fast hands, relentless. So I think it's going to be who gets the tactics right on the night. And I believe Sav will. Especially, she's got a cracking coach behind her. And look what she's done since obviously being with Peter, and I think she'll just absolutely smash it. So obviously I was there at the World Championships 10 years ago, and Sav won convincingly by quite a margin of points, and that was purely by using her jab.
Yeah.
And where now she's so much more confident. She's the self-belief in knowing, we knew, me and Tash would say, we knew back then how strong she was, but she just didn't believe in herself. Now she believes in herself, and that's dangerous.
I agree. I think if if her adjustments had just been mental, you'd go, that's pretty scary enough. But it's not, is it? It's the skill set as well. It's like, that skill set has like really stepped up. But okay, in Clarissa Shields' defense, she might be able to, I don't know, close down Marshall. I've seen somewhere that she's been, going to MMA sessions. She might be able to deal with her and close her down and lean on her and use her weight. I don't know. I'm just, are we, I know we're slightly biased, but are we really ruling Clarissa out a bit?
No, not at all. Like you say, she's not a double Olympic champion and multi-world champion for no reason. So you can't take this lightly. And, we can say Sav's got the knockout shot, but also Clarissa's got massive pedigree. She's got bundles of talent, fast hands, foot movement. So it's going to be an absolute barnstormer. And I think it's going to be. I think it'll end up being one of the fights of the years, and not just for
Yes.
female, for boxers.
I agree. I absolutely agree. And lastly, Baumgardner versus Mayer. Who have you got and why?
Oof, this is a hard one because Mayer's been performing amazing, hasn't she? I just think Baumgardner seems to have more power. Like to what she did to poor Terrier, that shot, you know, left her stood standing, knocked out, and she's gonna be dangerous. So again, it's gonna be a great fight to watch. I wish both girls absolutely the best, and I'm sure they'll both bring their A game, and it's going to be one of those who gets it right on the night, and it could be just over that one shot, or it could be tactics. Who knows?
Head or heart, though, which are you edging more towards?
Oh, I'm not sure. If I go with my head, I would say Elise. Yeah. Just I think she'll be too strong.
Yeah. Again, I don't know.
What about you, Jack?
I think Baumgardner, but but even then, it's like there's a part of me that goes, "Oh, I'm doubting myself."
Yeah,
so I'm gonna have to go back and have a look at a fight, because the thing is, yes, I think people are going on, quite rightly so, how Mayer dealt with Hamadouche, but Hamadouche, with no disrespect, doesn't have the same boxing ability as Baumgardner. In my opinion, she's just one of those relentless fighters, but I don't think she's got she's not technically as savvy as Baumgardner. Having said so I guess we're going on the way she dealt with her and really dug in and through the kitchen sink at her. And don't get me wrong, it was a great fight, but they're not the same fighters. Do you know what I'm saying? No, so I don't know. Like you as well.
Yeah, I think like you say, Baumgardner will be able to place the shots, and she, as much as she's a come forward, aggressive boxer and strong, she's obviously a thought process in it, and it's not just throwing relentless shots; it's throwing the right shots and at the right time. So, but Mayer, look what she's achieved. Again, she's been phenomenal, and it's one of those. It's a 50-50. And may the best woman win.
Absolutely. Listen, it's always a pleasure. I cannot wait to see you back in the ring. I said, I think a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, get to know Lisa. The people that were saying like, who's Lisa Whiteside? You better recognise, because on Saturday night, she's making her comeback. Thanks so much for giving us your time, Lisa, and really good luck. The best of luck, babe.
Thanks, Jackie. Cheers.